In the attack on the Rawda mosque in the area of Arish in northern Sinai, armed assailants opened fire on the hundreds of worshippers who had gathered there for Friday prayers. It's a mistake to claim that the site that was attacked was a mosque. Abou Abdelrahman al-Maqdesi, an Islamic State-aligned jihadist in Gaza, claimed to Breitbart Jerusalem. It was a house of worship where infidel activities were performed against Sharia. Those who were harmed were not civilians. They are people who call themselves Sufis, that's another name for one of the infidel groups. They committed acts against Islam and our supreme Sharia. At the time of the interview with al-Maqdesi, is had yet to be linked to the massacre via reports that the terrorists hoisted the Islamic State flag during the attack. I believe my brothers in the Islamic State are behind this act because we at Sinai warned against this house of worship in the IS newspaper al-Nabah. He said, my brothers warned the people of the area and those responsible for it against continued activity there. Al-Maqdesi claimed that according to Islamic religious law, the site that was attacked can't be considered a mosque. He was clearly attempting to justify the murder of civilian worshippers. His comments shed light on the extremist thinking of his ideologues. In the language of the Sufi infidels, it's a corner, the name the Sufis give to sites where they worship. As far as we're concerned, their activities go against the values of monotheism. It contains elements that transform creatures and characters to the level of Allah. Whereas for us, Islam and the Muslims, Allah is the only God and it's forbidden to claim there are partners to Allah. People in this place would kiss the hands of others, claiming they were holier people who were blessed by the sky, he continued. They sacrifice victims to these people and give them money. Islam firmly rejects these practices. It's forbidden to ask for a blessing, charity or anything else from anyone other than Allah. According to al-Maqdesi, all of those killed were Sufis and there were at least 17 Egyptian soldiers among them, including one officer. He refused to give any details regarding the Egyptian soldiers and would not say where he got such information. This act was carried out after these same Sufis were warned to stop their activities, al-Maqdesi added. I don't understand these condemnations from the world and especially from the Arab world. A few mosques were bombed in Syria and Iraq by the Crusader coalition. A few worshippers were massacred by the Shiite militias. Why doesn't anyone condemn the killing and murdering of these victims? Why doesn't anyone notice or pay any attention to them? Al-Maqdesi continued, as part of our defense of Islam, we persist in preventing all activity that tries to compare some kind of partner to Allah. All religious activity needs to be exclusive to Allah and not in the name of holy people. Even the prophets, Allah's prophets and his messengers on earth were not given the rank of God, so of course a position like this wouldn't be given to normal human beings like the infidel Sufis do. The Islamic State will continue with its attacks to bring about the victory of Allah's Sharia despite the convergence of the entire world, from the east to the west, against the Muslims and against the Islamic State, stated al-Maqdesi. And this despite the loss of territory here and there. My brothers in the state continue to spread its beliefs and its perception at every point in the world.